morning. Welcome. Monday, March 23rd, week 2, day 1. I hope everybody is well, safe and healthy. And I really hope that everybody is adjusting well to our new schedules, our new way of life. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to do today's a full body push and core day. So the dynamic stretch, the warm up portion is going to be such, it's going to be all shoulder oriented. And then we'll get into the workout portion. So for the warm up, you're going to need something comfortable to kneel on, and then potentially a chair for one of the movements as an option to modify it just a little bit. So we'll begin here with shoulder rolls. We're going to do 5 forward and 5 backward. So I just want to start by shrugging. We'll go backwards first. So I'm going to roll back and down, forward and up. So we really want to make as big a circle as we can. Max out that circle as we pull up, push back, down, and forward. Do one more. Good. And reverse. We go the other direction. We'll go forward. Get as much range of motion as you can get out of your shoulders in all directions. Let's do 2 more. And 1 more. Good. Okay. We're gonna get down. So if you're good getting on your hands and knees and from a kneeling position, if not, you can do it from a standing position. Just make sure we keep our core and our butt nice and tight, so we have just good tension throughout that midsection. So I'll get down here, and in this kneeling position, I want to abs nice and tight, butt nice and tight. So we're going to go from the T position and the W position. We're going to do 5 repetitions of internal and external rotation. So really want to think about rotating here with the shoulder. Want to think about all that movement being originated and being driven by the shoulder blades, and in this really strong torquing fashion. So we'll start out here. I'm going to make fists, pull those arms back, and then we're going to rotate in and rotate out again, all through those shoulder blades. And so we're closing off those armpits, opening up the armpits, and again, the drivers of the shoulder blades. So especially as I externally rotate, should feel that through the shoulder blades. Number 4, internally rotate and externally rotate nice and hard. All right, got to come to this W position, flex position. Going to be rotating, basically pivoting around the elbow, and keeping everything at about shoulder height. So from here, keep nice and tight, pull back, and rotate down and in, up and back, down and in, up and back. As we come to this position here, really think about nice and tight to that core, and then really rotating those forearms back. And 1 more. Cool. All right, so we're going to go to the prone position, belly flat on the ground. We're going to be, we'll go from a T position. We're going to externally rotate and do repetitions. Y position, externally rotate and repetitions, and then the I position, externally rotate and repetitions. We're going to do 20 seconds per. And here, I'm going to keep my head up to talk to you, but keep your head, keep your face down on the ground. Arms out in a T position. Give me a little external rotation. Make fists and a nice controlled pace. We're going to perform repetitions here. So maintain that external rotation, that scooping action of the arms, that torquing action through the shoulder blades, and there's a nice controlled lift. Keep pulling down and back through the shoulders while we lift. Do not shrug. Okay, come up to that Y position. Good. Continue to pull through those shoulder blades. Continue to, like a couple of screwdrivers, thinking about really torquing those arms, torquing those shoulders, really pulling down and back through those shoulder blades, getting as much rotation as we can to the I position. Did you lift? Lift through those shoulder blades. 1 more. And relax. Good. We're going to go to, we're going to hit these W's, then these thoracic extensions, and then these chicken wings. So the W's, elbows stay locked in place like so, and I'm just pulling my forearms up off the ground. We're gonna do 3 sets, 15 seconds on, 5 seconds off. All right, ready? Elbows at shoulder height, and begin. So simply just pull up, just a constant contraction, pulling those forearms up off the ground. Big contraction through those shoulder blades. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Here we go. 2, 1, pivot off those elbows, and then pull up nice and strong. Oh. Constant contraction. 5 seconds. And relax. One more. And begin. Big contraction, pull up. Keep those elbows on the ground, keep pulling through those shoulder blades. 5 seconds. And relax. All right. Next is going to be thoracic extension. So we start with those arms out at 12 o'clock. We're going to bend those elbows like so. So those hands making fists, going to be just off of your neck and your head, so you're not going to be touching your head. And from there, you're just going to be lifting everything up. Like so. You should feel a big contraction going down your spine on either side through those erector muscles, and basically the farther down your spine, down towards the midpoint, lower point down your spine, that we can get that contraction. That's good stuff. All right, ready? And bend those elbows, bring those hands in behind the head. 15 seconds and lift. So those elbows, lifting those elbows as high as we can. 5 seconds. And relax. Ready? And go. Fists. Just barely, or not touching your head, not touching your neck, lifting those elbows up as high as they'll go. 2, 1. Oh, and we'll do one more. Ready? And lift. Really strong. Pull those elbows up. 5 seconds. And relax. Okay. So one more, we're going to do these chicken wings. So we start with our hands at our side. We're going to lift into extension. We're going to bend those elbows, pull those hands in behind. We're lifting away from our body and up towards our shoulders. Same, 3 sets of 15. 15 seconds, excuse me. Ready? Arms at extension. Lift those elbows, or bend those elbows, excuse me, and then lift away from your body, up towards your shoulders. 2, 1, and relax. Arms at your side. Here we go. 2, 1. Lift the arms, bend the elbows, pull in. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and relax. Here we go, last one. Ready? And begin. Really pull. Pull those arms up away from the body. Pull them up towards the shoulders. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Cool. All right. So we're going to do tabletop, rocking tabletop. This is where you can use the chair if need be. So the way that we would normally do it is sit on the ground here. You're going to have your hands pointing away from me. The closer that I bring my hands together, the more that I feel it in my chest and my shoulders, trying to open up the chest and the shoulders when we're doing this. And then we're going to lift the hips, and we're going to create this tabletop, right? So from the knees through the hips, through the shoulders, just going to lift and hold this position. Now, if I can rock nice and gentle, if you can, great. If you can't, don't worry about it. And so if we were to do this, with the chair, same thing, right? If I can't get on the ground, Do so in the chair. Same setup position, lifting, creating that tabletop, and then just holding that position. If I need to, I can rock back and forth. So I'm gonna go 30 seconds. Ready, and begin. So you're gonna walk those hands as close as you can. Really think about opening up your chest and your shoulders as much as possible. Keep your hips high, squeeze your butt, and maintain that tabletop position. Knees, hips, shoulders. Nice, easy rock back and forth if you can. If not, just hold position. It's all good. 10 seconds. And 2, 1, and relax. Okay. So we're gonna finish up. We've got a plank series, then downward dog, and then another plank series, and then we'll be good with the warm-up portion. So this first plank series, forward, backward plank, left to right, and then shoulder taps, each for 20 seconds. All right, and again, this can be done on the chair. It doesn't have to be done on the ground. It can be done on the chair. Ready? Begin. So I'm simply just going to be pushing forward through my ankles and my toes, through my feet. Continue to push away from the ground, nice and strong. Pull my shoulders away from the ears. Don't shrug as I'm doing this. 5 seconds. 2, 1. Okay, we're gonna go left to right. So as I go left to right, I'm gonna shift the entire body left and right. I'm not just gonna kick my hip, I wanna shift the whole body. So just go nice and easy with these. Make it a real gentle shift to the left and to the right. All right, now we're gonna go into shoulder taps. So come back to that neutral position. As I pick my right hand up, push my right hip down. As I pick my left hip, hand up, push my left hip down. So I get good core stability, strength. Control those hips. 3, 2, 1, good. All right, so we're gonna do downward dog. We're going to downward dog. We're first gonna bias the shoulders. So we'll bend both knees so we can get a little bit more out of the shoulders. Then we'll work on just the calves. We're gonna go left, right, and then we'll hit both. Everything 20 seconds apiece. All right. And again, this one as well. This one can be done off of a chair. With the stuff on the chair, ideally, brace it up against something so it's not sliding on you. Brace it against the wall. All right, downward dog. So drive back into that downward dog position. Bend the knees just a little bit and see if you can pull yourself a little bit deeper into that flexion position. See about holding that flexion position just a little bit stronger. A little bit deeper than what we normally would do. All right, from there we're gonna go back to regular downward dog and we're gonna bias one leg in one calf and the other. So as I bend my right knee, I straighten out my left leg. As I bend my left knee, straighten out my right. And I'm just gonna move back and forth. Do one more on each side. Okay, now we're gonna work both. Work the calves and the shoulders all at the same time. Keeping that butt nice and high. Trying to have those arms and legs as straight as possible. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, so the final is we're going to do this plank with hip rotation. I'll just demonstrate it real quick. So we're going to keep that knee bent at approximately 90 degrees, maybe a little bit greater. So I drive my knee up, essentially push out the fire hydrant, circle back to hip extension, bring it down in reverse, hip extension, fire hydrant, and then back to the beginning. So we're thinking about drawing a circle with that knee. Don't try and overdo it so that the hips are moving all funky. We want to keep everything nice and neutral and flat across the back. So we're just going to work within like that true range of motion of that hip. So if you feel like your circle's not that big, don't worry about it. We're just trying to, again, draw that circle as much as we can with that knee, try to maximize that hip rotation. All right, so we're 30 seconds on each side. Basically 3 reps on a side. And here we go with that right leg. So drive that knee up, circle out the fire hydrant, back to hip extension, down, kick back, hip extension, strong rotation to fire hydrant. Now we come back, start again. Hip extension, fire hydrant, and then one more. Drive that knee up, fire hydrant, hip extension and down, and reverse, hip extension, fire hydrant, back to the beginning. All right, here we go. Drive that knee up, fire hydrant, hip extension, and down, reverse, hip extension, fire hydrant. That's one. Drive that knee up, fire hydrant, hip extension, reverse, hip extension, fire hydrant. One more. And good. Nicely done. Oh, okay. Good. So, full body, or not full body, jeez. Upper body dynamic stretch and warm up. I'll be back at you in a second with the workout. See you in a bit.